why your nervous system is your real CFO. This is Unapologetically in Power, the show for high-performing women who are done proving their worth and ready to build wealth from self-trust instead of self-sacrifice. I'm your host, Jennifer Damaskos. Today, we're talking about something that doesn't show up in most financial plans or business coaching, but quietly drives almost every money decision you make: your nervous system. If you've ever found yourself obsessing over the right strategy, the right mentor, or the right investment move, while your body is still anxious, restless, or frozen, this one is for you. Because you don't just have wealth strategies. You have a wealth nervous system. And whether you like it or not, that is your real CFO. In episode 21, we talked about the energy of enough, moving from scarcity and chasing into sufficiency and grounded desire. Today, we're going one layer underneath: how your nervous system decides whether money feels safe or like an emergency. So let's start with the thing nobody wants to admit. Most of the women I coach do not have a strategy problem. You understand multiple income streams, active versus passive income, saving versus investing, scaling versus stabilizing. You've taken the courses. You're in the masterminds. You know the frameworks. But your body is still in what if it all falls apart mode. So what happens? You invest in a program you know is aligned and then feel physically sick about the money. You raise your prices and then quietly discount, overgive, or add bonuses until your margins disappear. You say you want passive income and freedom, then keep rebuilding offers and changing directions so you never actually land. On paper, the strategy looks fine. In your nervous system, it feels like standing on the edge of a cliff. And here's the part I want you to really hear. This isn't just mindset. Stress and anxiety literally change how your brain makes decisions. There's a whole body of research showing that when we're under stress, the part of the brain that handles long-term planning and thoughtful decision-making, the prefrontal cortex, actually goes offline. While the fear and threat centers, like the amygdala, get louder. So in plain language, the more activated your system is, the more reactive and short-term your money decisions become. So when I say your nervous system is your real CFO, I'm not being cute. Biologically, it's already in the driver's seat. So let's define this clearly. Wealth safety is not just having a certain number in savings, hitting a revenue milestone, or diversifying your investments. Those pieces can contribute to safety, but they're not the whole story. Safety is the felt sense of, I can hold what I have. I can handle what comes. And I don't have to burn myself out to stay up. When your system doesn't feel safe with money, it shows up like hoarding cash and refusing to invest, even when an opportunity is solid. Or the opposite, spending, investing, or giving money away as fast as it comes in. Overworking because you don't trust money to keep flowing. Taking misaligned clients because it's money, even though it costs your sanity. None of this makes you irrational or bad with money. Researchers studying financial scarcity and poverty talk about something called cognitive load. The way money stress literally eats up mental bandwidth and reduces our ability to plan, focus, and solve problems. You are not dramatic. Your brain is simply trying to function under pressure. So the question becomes, how do we let strategy serve your safety instead of making you build strategy on top of panic? I'm not here to tell you strategy doesn't matter. Strategy is how we direct energy. It's how you decide what offers you sell, how you structure your business or career, which markets you enter, which investments you choose. But strategy without safety is like driving a high-performance car with no brakes. It's fast, it's impressive, and it's one unexpected turn away from a crash. On the other hand, safety without strategy can look like sitting on cash because you're afraid of making the wrong move, staying in a job or business model you've outgrown because it's stable, avoiding growth because it stirs up too much uncertainty. We need both wealth safety and wealth strategy. The goal is not to choose between them. It's to let strategy flow from safety so your moves are anchored, not frantic. I want to give you a simple lens to see yourself through. As I go through these, notice which one feels like home. First type, the over-earner, under-receiver. You know how to hustle, you can push yourself into results, but the pattern looks like spikes of income followed by spikes of spending. Over-investing in everyone else's priorities. Saying, once I get ahead, I'll slow down. And somehow never slowing down. You're highly skilled at earning and uncomfortable with having. Your money identity changed. The second type is the financial chameleon. Your money identity changes based on the room you're in. Around big earners, you feel behind and ramp up performance. Around people struggling, you minimize wins and dim your financial truth. Your nervous system is constantly scanning for, where do I fit? Is it safe for me to be here? And the third type is the invisible stabilizer. So on the outside, you look very responsible with money. You plan, you save, you manage risk. But visibility with money, raising rates, sharing wins, stepping into a bigger stage, feels edgy or threatening. Your wealth strategy revolves around staying safe, not being seen. Research in behavioral finance and neuroeconomics keeps confirming that our financial choices are deeply shaped by emotions, past experiences, and perceived safety, not pure logic. So if you recognize yourself in one of those types, it doesn't mean you're broken. It means your system learned a particular way to survive. The work now is to teach it a new pattern. So let's get practical. Here's a simple 3-step wealth safety check-in you can use before making any money decision, big or small. The first step, pause the story, feel the body. So before you decide, pause for 3 slow breaths and ask yourself, where do I feel this in my body? Tight chest, knot in my stomach, buzzing, restless energy, total numbness. No judgment, just information. The second step is to name the state. So you check in with your internal threat dashboard. So fight, is it, I have to make this work right now? Or flight, let's avoid this conversation entirely. Then there's freeze, I don't know, I'll think about it later. And then there's fawn. I'll just say yes so no one's disappointed. Researchers studying anxiety and decision making have shown that when you reduce psychological arousal, even briefly, you regain access to the higher order thinking part of your brain. So we're not just being woo here, we're doing brain maintenance. The third step is choose from regulation, not reaction. So give yourself 90 seconds. 90 seconds. Breathe. Shake out your hands. Put both feet on the floor. Look at a point across the room and soften your gaze. And then ask, what would I choose if I already trusted myself with money? Now, you might still decide the same thing, but your why shifts from fear to self-trust. And for your reflection this week, I want you to ask, where has your nervous system quietly been acting as CFO without your consent? I want you to pick one area, not all of them, just one. Pricing, saving, investing, spending, or giving. Again, pick only one. And then ask, what does my body believe is safe here? What does it believe is dangerous? What is one micro adjustment that would signal we're safer now? Maybe it's creating a small emergency buffer. Maybe it's finally raising your rates. Maybe it's saying no to one misaligned ask. Maybe it's deciding, I don't chase clients, I invite them. Choose one shift that feels meaningful but doable. Wealth safety and wealth strategy are not separate worlds. They're two sides of every decision you make. When your system feels safer, you don't need the perfect strategy. You become a better strategist because you're not negotiating with panic in the background. If this conversation is landing, if you're realizing you don't just need a better financial plan, you need a calmer internal operating system, this is exactly the work we do inside the 5-day wealth activation. We blend nervous system work, identity work, and strategy so your next level of income doesn't require your next level of burnout. You can start today using the link in the show notes. This is Unapologetically in Power. I'm Jennifer Damaskos. Lead with ease, earn in alignment, and let your nervous system retire as your emergency-only CFO.